Hey everybody, this is Chaz from the Yoga Amazing Video Podcast. I have a very special guest with me here. This is Krista Embry.
Hello.
Now, Krista and I have been friends for years, quite a few years. So she's not just a newcomer to the Yoga Amazing Video Podcast. I mean, she knew me before I even did yoga. I mean,
It's
we're
really
talking
kind of scary, actually.
over
I've known
20
her
years
20
ago.
years.
Yeah. But she is actually a stylist. She does a lot of makeup. She's got a lot of great things going out there on the web. In fact, if you go to KristaEmbry.com, you'll see how much she's got going on. She's like me, she's very high-end, very intense, and she needs to bring herself down to relax. And I think I've talked about this in the past about the Shakti Mat, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this episode. I have been using the Shakti Mat because it's a great release for stress, for calming down. It definitely gets blood flow going through my body. But I also know that Krista uses the Shakti Mat. So I didn't want to just give you my opinion about the Shakti Mat, but also Krista's opinion, because I respect her very much. She's a very smart, savvy businesswoman, and she's a very good friend.
Yes.
So if there's anyone that's going to give me the truth about this, it's you. So tell me what your thoughts are about the Shakti Mat.
Well, when you first told me about this mat, I thought, well, I'm not really one to lay on something prickly like this. But because I trust Chaz and because I know his reputation and we have been friends for so long, he's not going to mislead me. So I know that. And in my business, it's all about trying to maintain good blood flow and energy and everything else, because I am a makeup artist. So that all affects your complexion and everything else that we're dealing with. So when I first laid on this, it was a bit intense. It really was a bit intense. And I looked at the little picture in the brochure, and it shows a girl that doesn't have a shirt on. So I was a little concerned about that. I laid down without my shirt on, and I jumped right back up. It was like, I personally couldn't do that to start with. So I put a very thin t-shirt on, and that worked great. And I've worked up to 15 minutes, and because I am so high energy, and I know you are as well.
Yes, she is. You thought I was high energy, she's high energy.
But when I lay on this mat, it's almost like giving my body a little mini break. And I've never had acupressure done before, but I believe in it. I totally believe in this. And I've studied it, and I know what it does to the body, and I know how important it is. So when I laid on this, and once you get past the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes, that's really all it is, that the intense pressure. And then all of a sudden your body just absorbs the mat, and you just melt in. If you can stay 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and now I'm up to 15 minutes, and that seems to be the perfect time for me and what my body needs. But I get up, I feel rested, I feel energized, and I think that's it. I did look at my back, and it was real fire engine red, so don't be alarmed. That's what it's supposed to look like, because it's getting the blood flowing.
Blood flow, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Right.
You lay down on it, you get that intense, you get the tingling sensation, you melt into it, you get the blood flow, and then depending on the person, you could either be, after you're done, you're going to just relax into it. Like after I do yoga, I just melt into it, and I get up, and I'm just in a very calm state of mind. And I get a perk. To me, this is a perk, because like you, after a hard day of work, you want this, and you feel relaxed and soothed, and and a way of de-stressing. And after I do yoga, I'm like, wow, I get to still do yoga without doing a thing. I get to rest, I get acupressure, and I get the benefit of just completely getting relaxed, and I get this blood flow and this whole interaction with my body that I have no idea is going on, because it's all acupressure points. And the great thing about this is that if you go to an acupressure specialist and get one of these done, you're talking like 75 to 100 bucks a pop.
Absolutely.
And with this, you've got your own personal massage therapist rolled up and put under the bed. I know you said you do yours in the bedroom a lot.
Well, I basically have my office in my bedroom most of the time. So this is something that I keep. But what I do love about it is I travel a lot. And you can just roll it up, you can pack it, and basically it's just easy to travel with. And I do stay on the road a lot, and so it's nice to be able to take something like that that's therapeutic on the road with you, and that's going to be a benefit. I have a question for you. Did you look at your back the first time?
Of course. Of course I do. Every time I do, I look at my back. I'm like, yep, it's red. I got the blood flow.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's interesting how it works, but I love it. Absolutely love it.
But it's like people call it the modern day bed of nails, but it's not something that's going to injure you at all. No. It's something it's got an intensity about it, and it's got something that is challenging you on a mental level. Because when you first lay down on it, you're like, I'm not going to do this. It's just like yoga. When I tell people to come in and do yoga and they get into it, They're like their mind and their body are saying, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. Yes, you can. You shut up and just do yoga. And it's the same thing with this, is you just got to, so you can see my ADD side coming out. That's why I do yoga. So with this, it's just a way to de-stress, to let your body heal itself.
And it just brings it all together. That's what I've noticed. It just kind of brings it, once you release your mind of thinking, this might be a little bit burny or prickly, once you release that and you just let yourself relax, I actually pull my knees up to my chest, and that actually gets my lower back, which I have a lot of
now
back
that's pretty
problems as
intense.
well.
I'm really impressed with that, because you can actually lay on your back and pull your knees in and give yourself like a big hug, which I see in a lot of the classes. But when you do that, you sink deeper and it goes even more into. I'm very impressed that you do that.
I do that the last bit of the
Because by that
exercise.
point, you're already
Yes,
melted in.
I do not start out with that,
Yeah.
because you want to work into it. But that's what I'm doing now for about the last 3 to 4 minutes. That's what I do to wrap up this session, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
So the majority of my audience out there in the yoga podcast is like an 80% female demographic. So why would you tell them to check out this product or purchase it?
Women today are in a high level of stress. It was never intended that way years and years ago. But they're working, they're mothers, they maintain a house, they are career women, and it's a lot of stress in women's lives. And that's one thing, I think, if you can have something 10 to 15 minutes to relax with, that's basically going to bring your mind and your body and your spirit back in line with the way we were supposed to be. And if it gives you a little bit of extra energy, I'm all for that, especially something natural, something that's natural and healthy.
Absolutely, and that's why when I was approached by the Shakti people to back this product, I said, after I tried it, I said absolutely 110% yes, because it's a product that I think can help many people. And I'm doing it because I believe in the product, and I'm bringing it to you because I believe in the product, and I think it can benefit not only you, but me and Krista and many people as well. So if you would like to purchase a Shakti Mat, just go to yogamazing.com/shaktimat.html. It's right there on the screen. And you can purchase one of these as well from my website. Because so many people over the years have said, Chaz, what can I do to help the Yoga Amazing family? What can I do to help benefit it? What can I do? Can I buy more podcasts? Well, I'm like, sure, you can do that. But if you want to help me, you can buy a Shakti Mat as well, because that helps to benefit Yoga Amazing as well. And hopefully in the future, there's a lot of other cool things going on, and you'll be hearing more about them. But until then, I want to thank you for your never-ending support, and please check out the mat and tell a friend. And I will see you again next time on the Yoga Amazing video podcast.